Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Berlin Select Board regular meeting of March 2nd, 2026. To my left is Muriel Morse and Flo Smith, and to my right, Carla Nuizel and Vince Conti. I'm Joe Staub. Is there any additions or changes to the agenda?
No.
Public comment. Is there any public comment?
Well, I don't know, is that,
No, we're on the.
oh, we're on the
You're-
agenda?
you're on.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Thanks.
And no public comment. How about request the board a resolution to condemn the ICE surveillance response? This is you, all right?
Okay. and
I'm
then-
gonna hijack procedures, because you know I can never keep my mouth shut. I'm not gonna speak about the charter provisions. I think Vince did a good job explaining it Saturday. But I do wanna offer you some potential paths forward that would still be within the provisions of the charter. The first is and I'm looking at the draft of the resolution that was passed at the last meeting. I don't know if there's been any updates to it or not. I believe that within 6 easy changes to the document, it can be, I'll say amended, so that the select board can pass this on the authority of the select board and not the authority of the town. And those 6 changes would be, they're at the bottom of the first page. You know, of course, the top part is the whereas statements, you know, those, I'll leave that up to you to wordsmith or anything. But where it says, now therefore be it resolved by the town of Berlin, if you would, if change that to say, now therefore be it resolved by the select board, town of Berlin. And then the same thing with the 5 numbered statements under that, where it says, where it starts, that the town, that those be reflected to say that the select board, town of Berlin, that would make it acceptable, I believe, under the terms of the charters, that it could be passed by the board, if that's a direction that you want to go. If you do feel that it should go out to a public vote, I think there's several opportunities potentially in the future where that can be done. A lot's gonna depend on what happens tomorrow. Also depends on what format it has to take. Rachel is researching that right now, but for some reason she's kind of busy this week.
Yeah.
So I don't really expect an answer back this week. If it does need to be an Australian ballot, we know for sure at least there's going to be a primary election in August and a general election in November. I know that's kind of far out, but you know that's going to happen.
Right.
If a school revote is needed, that would also be Australian ballot, and that's going to be much quicker, probably in the May-ish timeframe. And then if any of the bond article revotes are needed, and you feel like pursuing that again, you know, that presents another potential opportunity to piggyback off of that. If it needs to be a floor vote, and you know, and you're doing a bond revote, you can piggyback off of that information session. And lastly, there's been a lot of talk about a springtime community forum. potentially at the Grange or somewhere else, I think would be entirely possible. And that, I do very strongly advocate for a community forum, probably in the MASH timeframe, late April, MASH, before
Yep.
school gets out, that would be another opportunity to piggyback off of that. Depends on where we have it and depends where we're at with Gateway Avenue. It could also be an opportunity maybe for a ribbon cutting at the Gateway Avenue. You know, that's all going to depend on construction and everything else. And then one last thing, Peg Monley brought up the idea of changing town meeting date and time. And here again, Rachel's researching if that needs to be Australian or floor vote. But here again, these options are available for, you know, for that potentially is, so we don't have to wait till another town meeting to make that vote. So I'm not advocating for one idea over another, or you do it or not do it. I just want to make sure, you know, there's potential options
There's
out there.
There's lots of
for you to
options out there,
pursue.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And I yield the rest of my time.
Well, I just want to say thank you for taking this seriously and, you know, investigating. I appreciate that. The only thing that I wanted to just read in, this is from, oh, wait a minute, they're trying to get me, oh, can I be on a town guest? Is that?
Wi-Fi,
what-
yep.
is that
Town
what
guest.
you are?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Okay, all right, well, once.
Password town guest.
Oh, okay.
Capital T, capital G.
Okay, thank you.
All is one word.
Okay. I'll see if that works. Okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. All right, so this is from, let me see what article is this from? All right, I'm not sure, it's a public safety, oh, it's Vermont Digger. All right, so Vermont Digger did an article about the Williston facility, so I'm just gonna quote it. The expansion has led to a growth at ICE offices in Vermont. The Williston facility houses the National Criminal Analysis and Targeting Center, which runs investigations including social media surveillance on the East Coast. And then it goes on to say there's a similar one on the Pacific Coast. Personnel in the offices collect data from publicly accessible sources like social media to help ICE officials target individuals for arrest. This is frightening to me, that, you know, that ICE has the capacity to monitor any of our social media posts. I imagine Front Porch Forum. I don't know, I don't think that they can get into your email. I really don't know. But this isn't ICE going after, you know, people who have, that they have a suspicion of coming into the country illegally and perhaps doing some criminal activity. Hey, please enforce, you know, and to remove, you know, those people. But people who are here on visas, you know, work permits, maybe people who have come into the country illegally but are working, paying Social Security, there needs to be some way of dealing with that, I understand. But citizens as well are being, obviously can be targeted, and in Minneapolis, we saw that they were. So I know this is non-binding, but I think it makes a statement, and I just appreciate your time, and if you could give me any guidance, make your decision about whether something can be done, then I can get you some more information. And again, thank you so much for everything you do. Work on the boiler. I mean, I you know, don't come to these meetings, and I should. So, but thank you.
No,
Thank you.
Thank you as well.
And I personally thank you to her for bringing those options to us. I would want to know what Rachel comes up with, and I would want probably the town attorney to opine on whether we could do that on our own based on that kind of language, but before I would be willing to consider it.
Absolutely.
But I appreciate the options, and I think we should, you know, we will take that under advisement and figure, once we know what the vote has to be like, we can discuss it.
Okay, and having said that I'm enjoying coming to the meetings, I'll be out of state on a planned trip to visit my daughter, my other daughter for 2 months. I'm gonna be gone for 2 months.
Oh, that's great.
So you won't see me, but perhaps Christine, you know, would be able to, and you have, I think, my information. Do you have to contact?
I believe I have an email from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had emailed me the
Okay.
document, so.
Thank you so.
Thank you for
so
coming
much.
and
Thank you.
speaking
I
up.
appreciate it, and thank you.
Good.
Appreciate all your time and efforts, both of you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Any more discussion on that? Okay. Dodge Farm Road easement conveyance documents.
So the documents in your package are for the board's review. There's also an email there from Steve Kusick to accompany that, to explain the details of it. And it's basically, he wants, you know, the board to review the documents, and the process he's laid out is, you know, review and circulate as needed. He's found no evidence of the town's formal acceptance of the easement in the documents that he's got from the town so far, and sending up and going through the records as well. So he wants the board to review these documents, and then afterwards, they'll come back and be formally moved to accept the conveyance of the easement after they go through with the HOA on Dodge Farm Road. But first, he wants the board's approval to submit these to the HOA, as they are now, to get them to sign off on it, and then it'll come back to the board one more time for acceptance of that. And then again, the state document, mileage document, will be updated to reflect the addition of that road as well. So it'll clear all of that up and close that down. So the only other thing he mentioned in here that I'll read as well, just so everybody's clear as well. As he brings these to the HOA about executing the documents, we should be mindful of Rachel's residency on the road and Jason's role as an HOA director. He's reviewed the conflict of interest section in the town charter, and he doesn't see any issues, but he just thinks the town should communicate to one of the other directors on the HOA board, either Roberta or Mike Lannon, for all the matters related to the conveyance, just to make it clear and not involve Rachel or Jason in those communications.
That makes total sense.
So again, that's just to be pointed out to the board as well.
So that's for communication. There is a place on there for Jason's signature, though.
Yep,
I think there
Yes.
has to be, because,
Yep.
Okay.
yeah,
yeah, only because
They
I
all
think
have to
he's the,
sign.
is he the president, I think? Well, he's on the HOA board,
Yeah.
so either way, he'll have
Okay.
to be involved in it.
because it says constituting all of the directors
But,
of the Dodge
yeah,
Farm Community
Yeah,
Owners Association, because I was questioning that, and then I did see his signature was on there.
yeah. That's because he's on the HOA, but
Right.
what
No, I
Mr.
get it.
Kusick is
I
saying,
get it.
just, if we have to communicate something, we should
Yep.
work through the other two members.
Do you know, so what is the significance of the date, July 14th, 2006, for the land records? Because usually you go back 40 years. Was that when it was created, or?
Dodge Farm Road?
Yeah,
I'd
what-
have to look, but off the top of my head, I don't. I can find out, but I believe that's the case. That was a private road back at that time, I believe.
Well, I'm wondering if that's when they started developing up there, I don't know.
It's been a while. 'Cause they weren't
So I'm just
laying
wondering
there
the
for a while.
significance of the title report going back to that date.
Yeah, I can ask him.
And then the feet of the road is not in here. The length of the road is blank.
Right.
I'll ask for the significance to this date. And you want
And
the,
it's a very limited title review, but I guess,
road footage to be added. Okay, I got both those notes.
yeah.
Okay.
Other than that, obviously it has to be cleared up, so.
Yep.
So you're gonna give the, not me, but, what is it, at the next meeting, is that what we were anticipating?
What'll happen if the board agrees with these changes, I will
Yeah.
inform Mr. Kusick of these two changes on this document.
And then he'll send it
And
to
then
the
he'll send it to the HOA,
Yep,
and then it'll come back to the board for final acceptance and approval.
So if anything's, yeah,
Right.
we'll still have one more opportunity.
Yep.
Hopefully we won't have to make any changes, but no, I mean, I did read it all, it looks, I just was curious about the,
So just to be clear, I have your approval to make those changes back to Mr. Kusick and then have him send it to the HOA. Is that correct?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, got it.
well, changes, I just wanna make sure this title,
Well, not so much changes to the date, just the
Right.
significant of the
Yeah.
date.
The significance of the
dist-
date,
and the
and
length of
the
the
clarification.
road.
addition of the
Correct.
road
Right.
length, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, the way you
clarification of those
stated
2
it.
points. Okay, got it.
So, Select Board, is there any other discussion on that?
No.
None. All right, Select Board, decision on the member volunteer for the CVRPC meeting. Was that something that you were gonna be doing?
Well, Flo had signed up before me, but,
No, you gotta,
I
we don't
think
know who's gonna be here.
you were gonna go forward with it, Carla, that's totally fine with me,
Oh.
given
Does
that
that
we
need to
are
be,
waiting.
does that need to be,
when does it need to be
Election.
done?
right? Is there a date?
Is there a meeting set up yet?
The meeting was further down the road, if I remember
Maybe-
correctly.
Maybe if it can wait until the next meeting.
I think
You know, we can
looking
commit to
forward-
one person who that is right now. We
Right
don't
now,
need to.
that's fine, we can always change it, but
Yeah.
if we need to.
We have some flexibility with the date. I think we can push it out another meeting based on this. They wanna get the road foreman,
'Cause
a
you need a
member from
planning
the
commission
select board,
member
and a
too, right?
planning commission member.
Right,
Um,
and we're both willing to do it, it's just, if we don't have to make that decision tonight, it makes sense to
And then they're just
await.
asking for the group to respond when an available time to meet would be. They're open to daytime and evening meetings. There is not a deadline in here. so
Okay.
Thank you.
Maybe just tell them that's due to the board.
I'll tell them it's Carla until the next meeting.
Yep. That works.
That's the only reason I said it.
No,
because
I
we
know, I
didn't
get it,
know.
and that's why I said I'd do it, but then, yeah.
But then things haven't happened, same with the, one with Rachel.
Okay. I'll put
That
this
hasn't
on,
happened yet, we could change that one.
put this on the
You won't
next,
have
for
to
the
do
next
that.
meeting again as well.
Oh, I like doing that.
And you're good at it.
The interview?
Well, you have a name.
I do have a name. It'll be on the
We
next.
can both do it.
right.
Okay,
So moving on, the high water, Mark Sign. I think you're up. That's you.
Oh, hi.
thank you
Hi,
for waiting.
I'm back. Can I come up here? Is that okay?
You
Oh,
sure
yeah.
can,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
All right. Well, thanks for having me back. Vince let me know that this is on the agenda for tonight, so I'm here. Let's see. I was here back in mid-December. I want to say about the high water
Oh,
mark
was it
sign.
that
We're
long
in
ago?
March already somehow. which
Time
kind
is
of wild.
really moving.
I know. So I think it's on the agenda to either to approve it or not approve moving forward with the sign, and I wanted to see if you guys had any additional questions before that happens.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not clear what we're deciding. Are we deciding where they're gonna go, or are we deciding if we're gonna proceed?
If you want to proceed, if you want to sign at all, and then the details can be figured out after that.
So I think when we were discussing it earlier in December, that we were in favor of
Yeah.
a sign.
Yes,
Just
we
we didn't
were.
really know where,
And the placement of the sign was just in question.
yeah, that's what I thought too.
Mhm, that was my interpretation.
Yeah, so typically with locations, either I would say places with either foot traffic or vehicle traffic. I realize every town is different, you know, having a really classic downtown or not, that can vary. One thing that could be helpful is maybe in like April when there's less snow out, I can come out and we can have
A site visit.
a site visit, yeah, and our partner from the Army Corps of Engineers could also probably come up to Vermont as well. She loves doing site visits. So we could always, you know, do a walk around, go visit a couple points. come up
So,
with those ahead of time.
Where are you
but-
thinking? Where are you talking about?
So it would really either be 302 or 12, right? I mean, those are the only two
So you have those two locations.
You can use
locations.
my mailbox.
So it feels like those are the only two areas that would have had a lot of flooding, right?
Did you have thoughts as to where you might think
Well,
it should be placed?
The one helpful thing is that we have data points for actual high water marks that were taken in 2023. So we can always bring out like our survey gear and basically, get that elevation and put it in a different place. So you could have, even if the flooding was over in this part of town or in this field or somewhere no one really sees, we could still figure out what that elevation would be for a better part of town for the sign to go. So where flooding was slightly less important. I realize it can be nice if it's, relevant, but it wouldn't have to be somewhere where the actually physically flooded in 23.
But like, we
So-
couldn't put it at the mall where there's a lot of
Yeah,
traffic
you're-
because,
It'd just be an arrow down.
yeah.
But anyway,
True.
if we were somewhere on Partridge Farm Road near the pump station, which got damaged by the flood, that might be an option.
It's not very public though.
It's not. Well, your other place on Route 12, and that would have been
It goes over
2011?
in front of my house
May?
before it goes
I think it
anywhere.
was the May flood, 2011,
Three times.
possibly.
Yeah,
But
Route 12 down Weston's Trailer Park area, you had considerable flooding there as well.
Right.
We can also do 2011 flooding, or both. We could mark 2 floods.
Yeah.
That's totally fine.
There's 2 of them.
But neither one of them has high foot traffic.
Well,
Okay.
302.
I mean,
makes
there's a
more
lot of traffic on
sense.
302 if we put a sign that, somewhere on there, but
State garage.
it's vehicle traffic, not,
Which is okay.
Foot traffic.
That's okay.
302 makes more sense.
well, we could do two, I mean,
Yeah, you could either do, you can do one sign with 2 different floods. I mean, you can put whatever, more or less whatever you want on the sign text-wise. Or you could do 2 separate signs. That's an option too.
well, I think that's a conversation for the spring, so I guess at this point, we're just.
Or just stick with 302.
Oh, do we wanna decide now?
I was kidding about my house. It does go across there, but I was kidding.
No,
302
but
makes more sense.
well, I mean, Route 12 gets a lot of traffic too.
We do. Matthew might reject the sign in.
I move that we go ahead with this, but that we make the determination of where the signs go
Yeah.
when the meeting happens, the site meeting happens.
I concur and second the motion.
Wait till spring. When
So
in
I think
spring?
Late April, I
Late
think
April.
feels
Next flood.
viable. Yeah, let's hope not. Goodness, I know. Yeah, I think if we want the snow to mostly be gone, I realize we can always get more snow anytime, but
Yeah.
I think that feels like
Feels safe.
realistic. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and we can plan ahead for that and find a good date for everybody too.
Thank
Sounds
you,
good.
Tessa.
Yeah, of course.
Much appreciated.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll, taking it on, I'll put it on the select board's agenda for the second meeting in April. And then
Okay.
I'll communicate with you when that is. And
Great. Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, and then I think, Vince, I can keep contacting you about it, but it would be helpful at some point if there is either a community member or organization in town who might want to kind of help lead this. Like, ideally, it would be a community decision, like I talked about. So if you guys have any ideas of people in town who might want to help lead this or help figure out what the text is and design, that would be great. I'm happy to help as much as possible.
I was just thinking of Corinne.
I was thinking of Corinne as well.
Same.
Oh,
Corinne would be
that's great.
ideal.
Between her,
Oh, the historic, yeah.
uh.
We said it at the
Historical
same
Society,
time. She would be
yeah.
ideal.
Great. Corinne.
She's got
So-
so much knowledge and
would
historical
the
experience.
board like
and
me to reach out to
personal
Corinne and
experience.
ask her if she'd like to participate in
Sure.
this?
Yes.
If everyone's in
Okay.
agreement, I think that would be so excellent.
Okay.
Perfect. Great idea.
Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, we
Yeah,
haven't
thank
voted
you.
yet.
Oh, that's true.
Oh. And this is just for the sign and location?
No, this
No,
is
the
just,
spring.
just to move forward with this, with signage. We'll decide
Okay.
that that's my motion, was just to move forward with pursuing the signage.
You made the motion, you seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Tessa.
Thanks for
Yes, we
coming back.
will.
Have a good time meeting.
Third
Thank
time's a
you.
charm.
So, next, Dave Danforth, BMS agreement.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
So just for your information, Mr. Danforth, they do have a copy of what you have provided in front of them as well.
And thank you for that.
So I don't think I've met everybody. I'm David, I'm the EMS director for the town of Barry.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Muriel
you all.
Moore. Muriel Moore.
Oh, hi.
And I'm Flo Smith.
I know Joe. I know
Vince
Vince.
Conti, town administrator.
Nice to meet you all. So this is coming on my third year being the director, so we haven't done a contract. I think the last one was 5 years, so. This is a proposed agreement. I think it's pretty similar to what you guys have seen in the past. The difference is, we moved away from the maximum per capita language that used to be in our contracts. Cause it was, it was a maximum per capita charge, so we moved away from we moved away from that and moved to an actual per capita charge. And that hasn't changed. It's actually, I think for Berlin, gone down in the agreement, like 48 cents or something from last year's agreement. It was in 65, 48 or 65 and change, so, we've been working really hard to make our department more efficient, and hence keeping our per capita rates or level funding them or close to that, so we brought them down a little bit, like I said, since, from last year's contract. And as we continue to do that, we put a little onus on ourselves to say that the per capita rate in this contract is $65. We do leave the option to go up a certain percentage each year if we needed to, in hopes that we, can keep the cost as low as possible for the communities that we serve. Which, like I said, has held true. We've gonna level fund basically that budget this year. Our budget is increasing overall, but we've done better with our billing efficiency and things like that, so, that has helped a little bit there. We have added staffing since our last contract, so that's changed a little bit. This is a proposed 5-year agreement. Like I said, the last one I think was a 3-year with a 2-year option. So that's what you have in front of you. I don't know if anyone has questions for me.
Well, so this came in probably Thursday or Friday last week, and this didn't make it out to the
Okay.
packet, to the group. So this is the first time any
Okay.
of us are really looking at it.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be, again, I don't know how many of you were on the board last round either, probably, maybe nobody, because like I said, it's 5
I'm
years.
gonna say you
Oh,
had at
it's-
least one.
Okay, yeah, so like I said, it should be pretty similar.
It is
Written-
similar.
Yeah, to that one.
And I
have
see
just
that
one
you-
admin question
Yeah.
for you, Dave, on this one. Under contract subsidy in paragraph 5, it says if the Berry Town decides it needs to raise the per capita rate above 4% stated in section 2, Berry Town will give the Orange Select Board a written explanation.
Oh,
We might want that to say.
change to Berlin?
Yeah,
Which-
that's what I said, it's just an admin issue.
Section 5, yeah.
Yeah, paragraph 5 under contract subsidy.
Yeah, orange is
The-
listed there
the last
twice,
sentence, it's in
Okay.
there twice, yep,
right toward the very
Oh, yeah.
tail end.
Yeah, all of them are pretty similar,
yeah.
as I said there.
And I see that Berrytown agrees not to increase the per capita rate by more than 5% for any contract year. I
Yeah,
see that.
that should be 5, not 4.
What was the cost for the last contract?
I, let me, 65, what did I text you? I texted Joe that. Were you looking it up? I can look.
So-
65 and change.
6543.
Are we just reading this tonight, or are we doing something with it?
So I'm reading
It's for
this, I'm
information
figuring
tonight.
this is gonna be
Okay.
162,000 now.
Yeah, if you have
Is that
questions,
correct?
no, is it
Not
I'm
for
not sure.
him.
what
Not for
you've got.
him.
It's going
for the board?
Like,
down
yeah,
43
like,
cents per capita.
Have we asked
from
anybody
last.
else, or is it
Mhm.
just,
And we paid the same
good
7/8
question.
of the Berlin's population
Yep.
times the per capita?
What's your population?
Isn't it 29, what's our population?
It's a little under 2,900, I can get the exact number.
If
Right
we-
now,
how do we know what the exact number is? Last census?
Yeah, it'll go by the
That's
last
what it-
census, that's even
Like
they refer to that in the
2041 or
contract,
something.
they'll use the last census numbers
Correct.
for that, so.
Yeah, 65.48 was last year's per capita, so it's going down 48 cents per capita, or per person, so yeah.
My math must be wrong then, because I'm,
Mine's
You
wrong
said
too.
65.48?
You
Yeah.
mean 64?
Last year, yeah,
Right?
I was gonna say.
No, 65.48.
the last contract last year.
Because this one says 65, so it's gotta be less than 65.
What's
right?
six?
No, last year was 65.48,
It's going down.
48 cents.
Right.
So the new contract is 65, the old contract
Oh,
was 65.48.
Yeah.
So it's gone down by 48.
okay, well. So can you tell me what the contract is gonna be for the first year? Because I'm getting $160-something thousand.
Let me look and see what-
I'll get the census numbers.
Well, you're running the whole population,
Yes.
or you run 7/8 of the population?
No, I ran it at
Oh, okay.
2,500,
Okay. Hang on, let's-
which was a guesstimate.
I'll get the last census numbers and then I'll send them out to the
So
board.
what's your issue?
That it's $100,000 more than it was last year.
Oh,
Oh, no. You guys pay monthly and the payment is like 12,000 something a month. I'm gonna look right now and tell you what it is.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, when I multiply 2,500 times 65, I get 162,000 something, 500.
It based, well, the numbers currently are based on the 2020 census.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing they're probably much lower, for one thing.
I don't think the population's
No,
changed
the
that much.
2020 census is lower. I'm not saying our population is, I think our 2,500, again, we'll look and see what the latest census is and what those numbers are, and I'll get them to the board for the proper calculation, because that's what they're gonna go by,
Okay,
from a billing standpoint, is that census.
And Dave,
Yeah.
you said we use 7/8 of the
Yeah.
population, and that's based off of everything that's being handled from Northfield side?
Yep.
Okay. And we know what that population is over on that side? Yeah, no?
We can get it.
I'd have to look and see how
We'll have
the
to,
census breaks it down,
And
but
your
I'm sure we can,
question
I'm
is-
sure we can
I
figure it
would,
out.
I don't know this to be true, but I would assume Northfield probably says 1/8 of, but I don't know if they have an exact number.
And your question, Joe, is under the contract subsidy question, because it says based on 7/8 of Berlin's population, less 1/8 due to the Riverton area multiplied by a per capita rate established by this contract.
Yep. Yeah, I think that language is clear.
I do.
We'll get the numbers and
Yes.
we'll have
I think that will be wonderful.
and I'll send that to the board in the meantime, once I get those, and then you can calculate the numbers
so,
exactly.
so this should be this should be about the same as last year, a little
Yeah,
bit
a
less.
little bit
A little bit less.
Okay, well, then I'm not clear how it's being figured, but, okay.
I'm,
Any more questions for Mr. Danforth?
not at this time.
I just appreciate having the contract for the emergency services in place. We
absolutely.
really appreciate the assistance in this regard. And yes, it'll be wonderful once we have all those numbers, and it's nice that it also went down as well.
I can grab the
And
census
thanks for
numbers
being here
offline.
to explain it.
Yeah, absolutely. And if
Because
you
like
have any
Joe
more
said, this
questions-
is the first time we were able to see it tonight.
Yeah, and I can come back in a couple weeks if you've got questions. Or,
And you're gonna see new people probably.
no,
De-
probably
definitely.
he will,
At least one,
at least one, right?
actually
Well,
two.
two, right, 'cause we have a vacancy.
You have the next meeting agenda, pretty full.
Can be.
I was gonna say,
Not hard to do, is it?
No.
So currently, you're paying $151,012.44
Oh, okay,
is what you're currently paying,
okay, so that, the different, okay,
so
so,
that's what your current appropriation is to us per year.
okay, that's, so even, so based on, I probably used more population, which is why I got 162.5 or whatever, based on the population, because I didn't do an exact figure, okay. And we did put some money into the budget.
Yes, we did.
Yep. He did.
is there any more
Thank you for
questions
that.
for Dave?
No,
No.
thank you, Dave.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have anything you wanna share, Dave? That hasn't been discussed yet?
I don't think so. I mean, we just, like I said, we continue to add capacity. Our budget is going up this coming year, but as you've seen, we're trying to keep the administrative, or the cost to the towns down. We've added calls and, become more efficient. Added some new training materials. We have a high fidelity simulation system to keep our providers, trained up to the best of our ability without being out in the, training in the field, training in
Right.
safe environments. Yeah.
Thanks
Aside
for your
of that, it's been
service.
good. Yeah, absolutely, and thank you all. I'll check in with Vince, and I can come back in a couple weeks, and that way if you guys have come up with questions, and, I'll fix those few typos and get you another draft, and I can get it to you probably this week, that way you can
Yeah,
include it
just-
in my packet or
yeah.
whatever.
I'll get the
Great.
numbers and I'll include it all and send
Yeah.
it back out to the board, so.
Okay,
All right,
all right.
well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Guys have a good night.
You
Two.
too.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so minutes, February 14th and February 16th. Select board minutes. They're in your packet.
Wait,
So provide me your comments. I will have her,
oh, so we're not doing the 23rd?
They-
No. We
don't have
they're
the
not on
23rd.
here.
Oh, I do.
It's not on the
Right,
agenda.
It's
no,
not
I
on
see
the
that, I
agenda.
see
Not on the
that now.
agenda.
yeah. That one will be on the next agenda.
I just saw 2 dates and I thought I had 2 sets of minutes, but I guess I got 3. Okay, so the 16th, do I have any comments on that one?
I think on the 14th, we should, like you started to say, Vince, provide comments and changes and additions. Because this is sparse at this point in terms of there was a lot. But the fact of having the recording included is great as well. I did see that Corinne's name is spelled wrong at the top, and there were other people in attendance, so we should include those as well.
Did you add the names that you, for the attendance as well?
So
'Cause I'll take those and have the.
there was a couple that was
document
there, and I
revised.
remember Peter and his wife, but I just don't have right
Okay.
now the exact names.
Can I make a
And-
note on that? I wanna make a note on
Yeah.
that to review.
So there was Jill and Frank
Review the,
Mashad.
the video for other attendees.
Bean, I think their last
There-
name was.
What was that?
I think their last name was Bean. They were there yesterday.
Yes, they were at the town meeting too, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I finally found my copy. So February 16th, Berrytown EMS contract. Dave was not present, and the board decided to circle back if he came in late. Not was forgotten.
Okay.
And then, I just wanted to remind you that we had to go back and revote on the 29th. And then, did you actually say this? I don't remember this. We talked,
Am
it
I
says
gonna
here
remember?
that Conti shared that the chief states they have had over 60 calls to Fox Run since October, and most of them are for domestic violence. I don't remember hearing that.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Missed that part.
I did
Just
say
checking.
that. I'm guilty.
Yes.
Guilty as charged.
Okay, just wanted to verify, because I didn't remember hearing that.
Can I have those comments
Oh, yeah,
for the revision?
yep.
Okay. This one and this one. All right. Those are for me. For action.
And also for the 16th, I think, and maybe even going back to the 14th. My question would be, people in attendance, are we using the sign-in sheet?
Yep. If everybody signs it, yes.
If everybody signs in,
The
that's where we
sign-in
should probably
sheet
get it.
Goes to
So
the
going
clerk and
back-
the treasurer,
Yeah,
and they're filed as well. They're retained, so yes. And we're using the electronic as well, which you can
Right.
glean from that, so.
because like I said, I think there was another individual from the fire department not named here.
Oh,
And
Jan was here
if they
too.
were not, if they did not sign in, that's probably a problem in itself, but, if we're not using that, then why do we have a sign-in sheet?
Well, maybe we should ask them when they get here, did you guys sign in,
Yeah,
or there's a sign-in sheet or something?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. And publicly
Rachel
acknowledging
does.
whoever is on Zoom with us as well, so that we have all attendees. you know,
well,
and
if
everyone
they're gonna
knows.
speak, then yes, they
need to
should be.
identify themselves.
And then I think that's the only way we can really get their names.
You see it
So
when
we
they sign
can-
in, right? Don't you see their names when they sign in?
Yeah.
People can
If,
put,
if they use their
if
names
they
for the
put,
sign.
yeah.
And we can
But
include
they don't, yeah,
Janet,
they don't always pull
Plus
their
sometimes
full
people
name.
call in and then you might get a phone
And if-
number.
Yeah, and if it's just by phone, yeah, thank
and we
you.
can include Janet's name in the minutes as well. But she was definitely in attendance.
On which one?
On the Monday, February 16th, when Lane Cataract was here,
So we'll check
Janet
attendance.
Richardson was as well.
What I'm hearing is check attendance there as well.
Mm-hmm. Yes, please.
Okay.
But going back to your public hearing, if we don't have the names, if no one signed in, is it just to the best of our knowledge, or can we have like a catch-all, and others were in attendance as well? If they weren't talking and they weren't,
They did talk
They did
and they did
talk.
give their names.
We should probably.
So we can obtain their names. It's just I don't
No,
have
I
it to
think we should
say
limit it
right
to
now.
known attendees.
Known
Maybe we call
attendees.
it known attendees, and that can be either through the sign-in
Mm-hmm.
or through electronic notification, but if we don't know,
yeah,
we can say
Well,
others
take a
were there,
video.
but
It's easy to determine who those
We don't know
individuals
who they
were. I
are.
just can't tell you right at this moment, but I do know.
Just
I
my
do know
thoughts.
them and I know they were at the town meeting, so obtaining their names to include will not be difficult.
all right, so you wanna do these minutes separately, or as a packet? So, February 14th, did we have approval on that? With changes?
comments as noted.
I'll do a motion to approve with the changes as noted.
Second.
Any more discussion?
So of the changes, that one's just the attendees?
Yeah,
And some spelling
spelling.
issues,
Okay.
minor issues.
That one. Attendees.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? February 16th.
I'll make a motion to approve with the changes as noted.
Second.
That one is attendees and also additional, the knot that was
Yeah.
missed
That
as
was
well.
missing.
And that was it.
That was confirmed, so that one's good, so.
Any more discussion on the 16th? Seems none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approval of license, permits, vouchers, and applications.
I make the motion to approve payroll warrant 26-18 for payroll from February 8th, 2026 to February 21, 2026, to be paid on February 25, 2026 in the amount of $79,032.06. Also payable warrant 26G19 with check numbers 25877 to 25905 in the amount of $85,267.26. Also payable warrant 26S16 with check number 4626 to 4631 in the amount of $2,884.15.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion?
No,
All in favor?
yeah, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, thank you very much. Roundtable, Muriel,
Nothing.
Flo?
I reached out to V-Trans and thanked them for the work they did on the Riverton Bridge. That was a big improvement. And I did reach out to them again and just let them know there is some additional deterioration, but I realize this is a difficult time of year to do it. So I'm sure they will do some more when they have an opportunity or when the time is right. But they did a fine job making improvements, and it was greatly appreciated. And I think town meeting went really well on Saturday, and everything the fire department did as well was wonderful. The chili and all the varieties and all of that was great. And people have commented and made a lot of positive feedback. And I think we discussed it earlier that several have come and indicated they'd like to see the meeting switched back versus what we've been doing for the last 4 years, instead of Saturday combining it, so everything is done on election day, having them combined as one.
So we didn't get any feedback on the technical difficulties?
There was only one that I heard, and that was already expressed, and Vince is aware of it, and others may have said as well, but overall, I think despite there were technical difficulties, I think people understood and were respectful about it. That's it for me. Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to have that directed to you, Vince.
No, it's fine.
No, wasn't taken that way, I
He's
don't
got thick
think.
skin.
It was a
Carol?
problem, so.
Right, it was well handled, I think, considering.
I would like to thank you for your leadership over the last year and acknowledge that this is your last meeting and that
Oh.
we will miss you, but we know we will see you.
You will. Well, thank you. Vince.
I do have a couple things that are in your package, just
You do?
information. RB Technologies, their executive summary report, to show what they've done for us for the money that we give them. So again, that's just for your reading pleasure. I don't have to tell you, but it's in your report again, that you're already aware of the last quarter's local options tax payment. That was a very nice number for us. I need to advise you all of a conversation with Jiri Hotels. This will be at the next board meeting, because I didn't get it in time to get on the agenda. But they have submitted a second amendment to the purchase and sale agreement to move it out until August. He did confirm though, and it's pretty well detailed in here, I'll send you a copy as it is now, that there is no question that they're going to go through with the purchase. That we also talked about the $50,000 that they had put up in good faith, and moving to this second, that he agrees that the money now belongs to the town at this point as well. So,
Is that in addition to the million?
yeah, no, I think it's gonna be part of. And then a couple of things that I did on the side with Tom. We've put in, it was very short notice, we got from Rebecca Balance office for the fiscal year 27 funding interest forms. We had like 2 days to turn it around and put something in there. We did two. One is for the for contribution to the Public Works Garage to get some money, to see if they will allow us some funds for that. And the other one was for Crosstown Road. We put some wording in there about it's a critical connector, especially for emergency services. There's a big risk when that road is closed in the winter. You know, people either have to travel through Northfield or through Montpelier to get up here where the services are in the town, and such. So we put in for some, to see if we could qualify for some funding there as well. Obviously, we haven't heard anything back yet, but just so that you're aware that we have done that.
So if they're sure this is gonna go through, why do we need another extension?
They, it's permitting stuff that's still that they're messing with, and we asked them that same question, and he just wants to be more comfortable, and
Okay. I'll read it, just
yeah,
curious.
I'll give you all the details, but in that, so, but I'm comfortable based on the conversation that we had face to face that I don't believe there's an issue there. They're definitely seem to be committed. They're not getting cold feet. They're not
Okay.
saying anything that indicates that, and the document reflects it as well. That's it for me.
Very well.
Nothing else?
Not for now.
Okay.
And I should clarify, Joe served us for longer than a year, but I meant as chair.
He's not done
Okay.
serving yet.
So,
Maybe in another capacity. but he's
I
not done.
just want to say I enjoyed my 3 years on the select board, most of it anyway. And you will continue to see me. I'm gonna, since July 1st, I have been holding my tongue and trying and not to bring fire department business, because being at the table, I think it was just,
Yep.
it wasn't gonna look well for the department or the select board. So I just didn't bring anything. But you will see me on a regular basis doing that
Good.
after tonight.
Good, that'll be good.
Thank
We
you.
look forward to it.
Yes, we do.
All right.
Okay, move to adjourn?
Thank you, Joe.
Second.
Unless you got something else, Joe, sorry.
Nope, I am good.
No, there's no executive session.
No executive session. All right. So there was a motion, a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very
Then
much.
we had the